Welcome back to the channel, you beautiful, lovely people of Advance Wars by Web. My name is Mr. Cannon, aka Semi-Original Guy. And this is the official Classy Boy Tag Team Tag Tournament Round 4. Round 4 already, folks. Only one more round to go after this until we find out who, in my Discord server, is the classiest tag team player of them all. Now today we have Team Stalin Brawl versus Team Beasts of Prey. Beasts of Prey is Lionheart 2005 and War Puppy. These are two extremely good players, and they have shown time and time again that they have what it takes to play in this tournament. Oh my god, have they been getting some stuff done here, folks. But I would not count out Team Stalin Brawl, GV, Anna, and Xylito here today. So we are playing on a variation of Caustic Finale. Now, I chose this map for the official Classy Boy Tag Team Tag Tournament because I like Caustic Finale, and I thought it would be funny to make everybody play Caustic Finale. So that's what we got here today, folks. We have two matches to showcase. This one, and then one more right afterwards. So without further ado, we are just gonna go ahead and we're gonna get into it here. We have Lionheart as Max and Adder. We have GV Anna as Jake and Jess. We have Xylito as Max and Adder, and War Puppy as Lash and Jake. Now, when it comes to this matchup, I think that these are some good picks. Max is obviously a good pick on Caustic Finale in general. There's a lot of brawling that happens on this map, lots and lots of different fronts to fight on. However, this is sort of a very low income map when it comes to team play because your funds are actually cut in half. So on average, both sides are only roughly around 10k-ish. So there's going to be a lot of tank play for sure. Jake definitely has some potential on this map as well. Over here from GVANA is the main pick. There's lots and lots of planes. There's tons of bonuses you can get from artillery with the extra range. So I think that is a firm pick as well. Xylito going with the Max again. You know, you can't go wrong with plus 20% firepower, folks. It is a very good. Although Max does suffer in the indirect sort of category. You don't ask Max about his indirects. You don't ask Max about his short range. He gets very upset when you mention his short range. And we have War Puppy coming in as Lash and Jake. Now, Lash, I think, is probably the best pick on this map. It's very low funds, lots of terrain. Gonna have lots and lots of firepower for infantry, lots of firepower for your tanks. And every single player starts with a comm tower. So that is already increased right there. Now, Adder, he's also just Adder, and Jess, just Jess. You know, you can't really go wrong with those picks. They're very good side COs indeed. So let's go ahead and get into this one here, folks, and let's see what went down in the first part of round 4, the Classy Boy Tag Team Tag Tournament. Alright, so over here from Lionheart, from GV Anna, from Xylito, and from War Puppy, we have the standard infantry builds, because you gotta get the infantry on the field, folks. It is the #1 priority in Advance Wars by Web. #2 priority in Advance Wars by Web is being classy, folks. There are tons of things you can do to be classy, but you know what? The main thing that you can do is buy yourself a classy medium tank and be nice to your opponents. That's the best thing that you can do to stay classy, folks. Now, Xylito going for the top corner already. I think this is a very good strategy. You want to have somebody rush the corner as quickly as you can and grab that, secure that area before anybody else can get there. War Puppy doing the exact same thing in the bottom corner. Now, it's going to be up to Brown Desert and Green Earth to secure the corners, because Pink Cosmos and Cobalt Ice are not going to be able to get to those corners. They're going to be able to get to this corner down here where the comm towers are, and then their job is going to be fighting for the middle. So they're going to be your main brawlers in this matchup here. So as we can see, Lionheart went for the capture right here. Has switched to Adder, curiously enough. Very interesting indeed. So the other thing about this is, because it is a tag matchup, if you're playing as Max, you can actually buy indirects. it's not a bad thing to buy indirect because you can switch to your side CO and still get that indirect bonus. Now, if you're going to do something like that, I think probably your best bet for side CO would be maybe Jake and maybe Jess. I think those would be the best 2 picks for sure. Now, bada bing, bada boom, we got first engagement, folks. GVanna has gone up and struck this penguin for a massive 5 damage, folks. 5 damage and bust out the first tank of the game. Base skips to get the first tank of the game. Whoa. Very interesting indeed, folks. We have a base skip and we are getting into this early. Now, base skip from here to get out of tank, don't necessarily disagree with it. I do think unit count is going to be very, very important in this matchup, but if you count the terrain start or the terrain here, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We do have the potential 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to actually get this tank around here, switch spots with this infantry, and get another attack on anything that goes here. So this infantry temporarily is safe. The tank will be able to rush in and cover it if Lionheart decides to go for, let's say, the 2-hit right here. It's only going to be safe for 1 day because, like I said, this Lionheart is going to be able to get a tank out. He's going to be able to get something out this turn. He's going to have 11k in the bank. Now, War Puppy going for the early artillery here. Early artillery, absolutely critical on this map. Like, artilleries are massively important for holding these corners. Any game you see in Caustic Finale, that is like of any note for sure, you're going to see some artillery play. Some artillery play in the corners. You got to get them out there, folks. So Xylito banking up a little bit of money, hasn't busted out a vehicle yet, but does have the funds for next turn to bust out something good. Now, Lionheart definitely going to be busting out a tank this turn. Boom. Bada bing, bada boom. We got a tank for you, folks. Brings the 5 HP infantry back. Does not go for the attack because he does see that potential attack right there from the tank. So, I think that's a pretty smart move. GVanna bringing the infantry back to get the heals. Has managed to sap some funds out of Lionheart's total bank account over here with that attack. So this guy is going to have to heal it by 5. That's going to be a total of 500 funds sapped if he decides to go for the full heal. So yeah, that is money out of your pocket, folks. Now, unfortunately, as you guys can see here, Xylito has timed out, which is incredibly, incredibly sad. I was very, very upset to see this because we had such a very, very good start to this matchup. But is what it is, folks, unfortunately. So GVanna is alone in this fight. Now, just so you guys know, Brawl does have one more match in this tournament. They are going to be fighting in round 5. And because of the time, or because Xylito is going to be unable to actually finish the rest of the tournament, I have found a substitute player for GVanna. So don't you guys worry. The very last battle in Brawl's career in the tournament here, GVanna is going to be having a partner, and it is quite the partner indeed. But as you guys can see here, we bust out the classy medium tank. GVanna not giving up. Day 7 classy medium tank, busts it out, and it's beautiful. It's honestly, she should honestly just get the win just for this, because busting out the classy medium tank in the face of all this terror coming at you, that's how you do it, folks. But we are going to just skip ahead here. As we can see, we cover the medium tank. Medium tank does get a shot right here. Beautiful shot. And unfortunately, the medium tank is destroyed this turn. But we have a missile buy, folks, so it's all good. It's all good indeed. But that was the first part of the official Class Boy Tag Team Tag Tournament Round 4. We do have another game which is actually featuring 2 other teams here. So let's go ahead and check that one out too. Alright, folks, now here is the game. Here is the second part here, and this is going to be a great one, folks. I can promise you that. Because we are featuring none other than myself and Akia's Maze playing as Team Cannon Fodder. Now, we are fighting Winter Fox and Dark Raider, 2 very strong competitors as well. So, I have decided to go with Lash and Adder as my picks. I picked Lash because of the firepower bonus on all the terrain around this map. I picked Adder for a little bit of extra movement while I'm waiting for those co-powers to charge. Now, Winter Fox has gone with Lash and Jake, which I think is probably the strongest pick that you can do for this. You get firepower bonus on everything. You get additional attack when it comes to indirects. And just in general, very strong picks indeed. Dark Raider going with Andy and Jake for this one. So Andy, very good pick indeed. So Andy is going to be a great side CO for this because he's going to get that massive heal when it comes to the hyper upgrade. And Jake is also going to be getting those terrain bonuses from planes. He's going to be a very safe pick indeed. Might be a little bit weaker than that of Lash, but still strong indeed. Akia's Maze goes with the Lash and Adder pick, and just like me, I think that's definitely a solid pick. Hindsight, maybe Jake would have been a little bit better as your side pick, but Adder definitely can't go wrong with +1 movement, folks. It is a doozy indeed. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this round here. So on the first few days, once again, folks, it's standard infantry builds. You gotta get the infantry on the field. It is the #1 priority in Fast Wars. By the way, gotta get them on the field, folks. All right, boom, 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 infantry. Now, I do something cool here. So I was looking at this map, and I'm thinking to myself, it's like, what can I do to sort of get a jump? How can I get a jump on my opponent here? By literally jumping. I skip this property. I'm gonna go for this property right here. Now, if he wants to interrupt me, he can, but he has to interrupt his own capture to go for it. So that was my plan. I was like, all right, I'm gonna grab this property. If you're gonna interrupt me, that's fine, but I'm getting it. Boom. He interrupts me right there. 6-6 trade because Lash is broken. Now, Lash with a comm tower, that's basically Kindle on cities, folks. Like 100%. It is some strong stuff, folks. Strong stuff. So he's going for this capture. He's going for this capture here. Dark Raider's turn. Going for the neutral base. Boom. Got the neutral base. Got the neutral property. Gonna be sending an infantry out to the center. So we're gonna be going for this property right here. A little bit of a contested property, so it's not necessarily a bad idea to go for it. I do like the thought of going for the corners first, but I think he's still gonna have a pretty good jump on the corners up here in opposed to Akia's May right here. So normally what happens is I figure like this side right here gets a jump on this corner, this side right here, or this side right here gets a jump on this corner. That's more or less how it goes. Now, is this map completely balanced? Probably not, but you know what? We're using it anyways. So I jump off this property, I forego my capture again, and I take out the infantry. So now I managed to snipe out an infantry, folks. We got him sniped. We got him sniped out of here. And boom, Winter Fox caps the property right there. So he's gonna have a little bit more income than me, but I am up in infantry in the overall game up here so far. So boom, bada bing, bada boom. Dark Raider's going, capping that neutral property, bringing the infantry over here. Looks like he might be thinking about capping this property right here, or he might go for this one right here. This one, like I said, is a contested property. Boom, within base range. Not necessarily a great idea to go for that one. This one is more guaranteed than any other property. Busting out the artillery, folks. We got the artillery on the field. I was talking about it in the last game, how important arties are in the corner. Definitely don't want to skimp on your arty game in the corner, folks. Alright, brings the infantry down. Boom, bust out another infantry. And we are gaming, folks. We are going for the corners now. Things are looking good. Alright, so I cap my property right here, sending my infantry over to cap this property. Normally on Costa Finale, you go for a capture here, you capture the comm tower, then you sit on the mountain, and you just, you wait. That's all. That's all you do. So, boom, bring my infantry up here into the forest. That is a metric buttload of firepower right there. Bring this infantry back, thinking about getting a heal on it, and I bring this infantry back as well. So I am not going to be sitting on that city. And you might ask yourself, why are you not sitting on that city? Well, the reason is because Lash is Lash, and with a comm tower, Lash on planes gets 20% firepower. So if I was to just sit here and try to cap the property, the only thing that is going to happen is I'm gonna lose an infantry. That's it. That's the only thing that's gonna happen with that. So I figure it's not a great play. Don't want to go for it. I'm gonna bring this infantry back, get it healed, so he comes back as a fresh infantry and bust out my tank. Got the tank on the field, folks. Day 5 tank. Let's go. Winter Fox busts out the tank as well. Does not go for the property because of the exact same reason. I got 2 infantry here. So if he goes for the property, then I get to snipe him out. So we are just playing a staring game with the city right now. It's a little staring contest. You know, it's kind of no man's land. You don't really want to go for it, but you do want to go for it. Eventually, you do want to go for it. I think when I get tank support, I do kind of want to go for it, but we have to wait for the tank to arrive, folks. That is the number 2 priority in Advanced Moves by Web, is making sure that you have backup before you go in for an attack. Alright, so we can see here, boom, Akia's Maze goes in for an attack right here. Does do a respectable 4 damage, gets counterattacked by 3, which is a little unfortunate. We do have 1 infantry backup right here, so there is going to be some potential for a counterattack. Busts out the tank up north to fend off the Artie. Artie's not going to be able to push up too far. And we got 2 infantry back to back, looking like absolute legends up here. Absolute legends, beautiful stuff. So end up capping another property, boom, my income is 7k and I am going for the property. Bring the tank right here, because I don't want his tank to advance too much. I don't want Winter's tank to advance over here. It's not part of my game plan. I don't want that to happen. And I did free up this city, so I'm just gonna sit here and get my heals instead of bring them all the way back to the HQ. Because that's silly. Why would I actually honestly do that? That's kind of, yeah. That's not what I'm about. All right, boom. Winter caps 2 properties, 3 properties. His income is 8k per turn now. That is a great number. That's honestly one of the best numbers you could have in this, because now you can get your tank and your infantry every single turn, and nothing can stop you. But boom, he goes in for an engagement. Fairly good engagement this time. Managed to take this guy all the way down to 5-7 trade. Not too shabby at all. Dark Raider's turn right here. Let's see what he decides to do in this bottom corner. He's obviously going to be capping 2 properties up north. Easy money. Brings the Artie over here. Great spot for the Artie. That's going to be able to guarantee a kill on this infantry. Infantry is going to have to finish capping the property before he does anything, right? Which is going to result in a boom and a block. Simple math, folks. Simple math. Now, if he wants, he could go up and interrupt the property by bringing this infantry right here and going in for an attack. But that might result in Akias moving his infantry onto this property and potentially flipping that. So I don't know if that's really the best idea. Brings this infantry back, brings this infantry forward, takes the shot, takes virtually no counter damage, takes this guy all the way down to 1. Very unfortunate indeed for this poor infantry. The poor yellow common infantry feeling the hurt, and we're going to go and attempt to get the flip. I don't really know if I necessarily agree with the attempted flip right here. It is going to result in an attack, but it is forcing a Dark Raider and or Winter Fox to make a play towards it. So they're not going to be able to do anything else with at least 1 unit, right? So they have to go for the interrupt. Alright, busting out 2 infantry this turn. Doesn't really have a whole lot of money to buy anything else, so 2 infantry, perfectly fine. I like it. It's good. Boom. I get a flip. Boom. Or not a flip, but a property. Boom. Bring my income up to 10k per turn. 10k! I'm rolling. Rolling in the money, folks. This is what I'm talking about. Boom. Tank moving up. Clearing infantry. And then I join cap right there. Boom. Fresh infantry. 5 health to go. There's no chance of me losing this now. I am feeling good. I am not going to be losing that property. And I bust out a tank down south because Winter Fox's tank decides to go down south. So now I have to do something about that. Can't just let those guys just sit there willy-nilly. Apparently I just had somebody subscribe to me. Unfortunately I can't check that right now, but yeah. Thank you for the subscription. I'll check it later for sure. Alright, boom, boom. Double tank over here now. So this is a problem. So my goal is I want to attack the HQ. I can't attack the HQ if he keeps spawning tanks over here. Now if he spawns tanks over here and a mech over here every single turn, I'm not going to be able to effectively attack that HQ. It's not going to happen. Especially with Dark Raiders spawning all these artillery down there too. That's not really necessarily a good thing. But we do go for that attack. So like I said, pretty easy attack. I mean, you don't really have many options. You either go for the flip or go for the capture and then lose your infantry, or forego the capture, keep your infantry, but end up losing the property. So, I mean, you might as well go for the income while it's there. You don't want to fall behind on income on this map, folks. There's so little income to go around that you definitely need that income. Alright. So, Kia's May. Let's see what he does. Boom, brings the tank right here and attacks. Completely wipes out the infantry. This is inviting an attack from this artillery though. So this is a little bit, how you say, a little bit iffy. A bit iffy indeed. There's the potential of losing that. But goes in for 2 attacks over here. 4 attacks in total, taking out 2 infantry. This guy's still at 1, so he's not like completely down. But I think it was a pretty good attack overall. I mean, we're out of range of 1 infantry. We do get hit by an artillery, but that's pretty much it. We can get hit by a 6 HP infantry somewhere, but all of our infantry are above 6 HP, so it should be fine, more or less. I like the arty up north. North arty, yeah, that's where it's at, folks. I like that. It's good stuff. Absolutely good stuff. Can't go wrong. Boom, get the flip. 11k. Got 11k in the bank every single turn, folks. Let's flippin' go. Now, Winter Fox has capped this property right here, so more or less our income is going to be even if he can grab this property. That's what it's going to come down to. If Winter Fox can grab this property, we're going to have even income, and then it's going to be anybody's game at that point. Alright, so I'm setting myself up. Boom, boom, boom. Putting the tank on the city. That is 140% firepower, folks. You better watch out. You better watch out for the 140% firepower. Lash with a comm tower on a city. That is Kindle. Kindle light. That is what it is, folks. Well, actually, it's just Kindle firepower, but Kindle would normally have 150% if she's on the city. But you know what? No Kindle. Pretty sure I banned Kindle. I don't like Kindle. Get Kindle out of here. We don't need any more Kindle game. We don't need more Kindle gameplay in Advanced Wars by Web. There's enough of it. Enough Kindle gameplay. Boom. Goes for the attempted attack on Aki's mate infantry, but he is just too flippin' powerful. Look at the strength of this lad. Boom. Builds another infantry, builds another artillery. Now, Dark Raider was 7k in the bank. Basically, your best bet is going arty infantry every single turn. That's the staple right now. 3 arties up north, 1 arty down south. Aki's May a little bit behind in that department. Does have a tank and does have infantry, but I think he's gonna need to get some more vehicles. And obviously, we're gonna be getting a vehicle, but we go in for an attack. Boom, take another attack. Boom, not too bad. Boom. Attacks this infantry. Great. I love it. Boom, boom, boom. Brings the arty forward, brings the tank back, brings another infantry right here, brings this infantry over here. Now, we're cooking. We're cooking with fire, folks. We're cooking with gas. It's going to be good. Boom. I like this attack over here. It's actually pretty good. I think there was a possibility of doing more damage to this artillery, but, you know, whatever. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. So, now, we have a Mr. Cannon's turn, aka Semi-Original Guy from Advanced Wars by Web. Boom! Taking a shot on an old infantry right here. Taking them absolutely out and bringing my forces over to assist Aki's May. Would you just look at it? So now he goes in for the attack and I back him up. I back him up because I'm backing up my partner. I don't want my partner to just get rolled willy-nilly by an artillery. No, I'm the kind of guy that goes and backs up his partner. Boom! Winter Fox moves the infantry onto the mountain. Massive, massive firepower from that guy right there. It is gonna hurt something fierce. Absolutely bring the hurt, folks. That's what's gonna happen. And Winter Fox setting up really, really good over here. He's got a massive plan. Like, his plan is huge. He's got a huge plan over here, folks. We gotta be watching out for this because there's a potential cap right here. There is a potential 2-shot right here. Could potentially start 3 caps next turn if I'm not careful. Could. 100% could. But it is Dark Raider's turn, folks. And this is like how do you even attack into that? Like, I have no idea. Anyways, so Dark Raider brings his artillery back. Does not want to be pushing too far into this. He's going to bring it back. He's going to build, or he's going to join his 2 infantry together, get a little bit of extra money, and bust out a tank. Base skipping for the tank, folks. That's what it's all about. When you got low funds, sometimes you got to base skip to get yourself out of vehicle. That is just the way it is. Now it is Akia's May's turn here once again. Boom. Infantry blocks. Infantry goes to cap, threatening 2 caps and blocks with another infantry here. And brings the artillery over here. So I think maybe... That's fine. Yeah, we bring the artillery right there. That's actually good. I like that. I like that move. That's not too shabby. So we're planning. We're plotting. We're plotting something here, folks. Got a plan. Massive plan. Huge plan. It's going to be great. Alright. Boom. I am now going to be yeeting my tank right into the belly of the beast here. The belly of Team Fallout over here, folks. And I am attacking this artillery, and I'm threatening 2 flippin' caps. Threatening 2 caps, and I'm attacking the belly of the beast over here. Boom, and I'm blocking off this artillery. Now, he could go up and attack this artillery, but if he goes up and attacks the artillery, he's absolutely cooked. I have 4 tanks right here, and that will definitely defeat 2 tanks. 100%. 10 out of 10 would defeat again, folks. Alright, so, like I said, I decided to go in for this attack. Now, what he could do is he could potentially go in with mech, strike this guy out. He could interrupt this one. He could move with mech right here, attack tank. He could clear tank. He could attack here. He's got tons and tons of options. But we're going to see what he decides to do here. Because now, I have a pretty good attack over here. But this attack is guaranteed to lose at least a tank, like bare minimum. Like, this tank is definitely ouch. That is a big ouch, but boom. He goes for the tank clear instead of going for the infantry interrupts, which is very interesting. Very interesting indeed. So by doing this sort of an attack, that does allow me to flip 2 properties, which is going to be very interesting for Team Cannon Fodder, because that will put us ahead by a lot of money. Now, that did result in the loss of a lot of troops. I'm not going to lie. We lost a lot of troops there. Is it worth it? Is it worth it for the income advantage temporarily? I guess we're going to find out, folks. We are going to find out indeed, and we will find out together. Because, boom, here we go, folks. We are moving. We are cooking. We are gaming. Let's do it. Akia's May. Going for the cap right here. He's going to try to get the capture. Now, I don't think it's going to be going through because there's too many units around here, too many potential interrupts, and this could actually result in our artillery getting hit, which would be kind of bad, but we do have a lot of tank presence over here, so I don't know. But either way, boom, boom, cap 2 properties. We have 13,000 funds, folks. 13,000 funds. Oh my. Oh my, that is a lot of money. You know what that is? That's a tank and an artillery every single turn. Tank already every single turn. How can you even go wrong with that? That is a beautiful little tank already every turn. Alright, boom. Attacking infantry. Boom, attacking infantry. Bringing the tanks forward. Don't want my properties to get flipped. Now I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tanks in the south. 5 tanks in the south. But I have to abandon my comm tower, which is going to be... It could be bad. It could be bad. It could be really bad, actually, because if Winterfox gets that comm tower, then that lash firepower is going to be insane. Basically, well, it's going to be 120 every single day, but it's going to be 130 on plains, 140 on forests, 150 on cities, and 160 on mountains. Whoa. Just whoa, that's it, that's all I got. Boom. So, boom. Got an engagement. Got several engagements over here from Winterfox. He went in for quite a few attacks this turn, which I think is justified, you know, absolutely justified. So, he is abandoning the attack down here. He does not want to go in for this attack. No. Does not want to deal with 5 tanks. 5 tanks is not something that you want to deal with, folks. That's a lot of tanks. And he's also going to abandon the comm tower, because if he does push into the comm tower, I could just easily bring 2 tanks over and most likely be able to deal with it. You know, I might be able to deal with it. Maybe I'm not going to be able to deal with it. I don't know. I don't know. It just depends. Depends on what it looks like, folks. But Dark Raider pushing his forces up north. Winterfox also pushing his forces up north. Manages to break the line and takes an attack on this artillery. That is a big old attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this guy's actually out of range of my tank too. So it's going to be up to Aki's mate to actually attack this tank if he chooses. Because I'm not going to be able to help him because I'm out of range. It's like, yeah, I can't do it, unfortunately. But it is Aki's turn, so let's see what he does. Boom, attacks Artie. Down to 6 health, boom. Takes another attack. Doesn't even care about the tank, or the artillery, you know? It's done its job. Boom, attacks another infantry, just keeping the forces weak and low. Brings another tank forward, and now it's starting to push into the corner. So things are looking okay. Things are looking mighty fine down there. All right. Once again, Mr. C, top of the board. Infantry moving back, tank moving forward. Taking an engagement, taking another engagement, and I am going in for some attacks here. Boom, double hit on this mech that was just purchased. What? Taking him down to 3? What? Oh my god. But Semi, you don't even get firepower bonus from that. I know. Wild. I'm a wild guy. Wild guy going for attacks I don't even have firepower bonus for. But either way. Alright, so infantry move forward. So I got a fairly good attack going over here now. You know, things are looking pretty good. I got the 13k per turn. 69,000 or 6,900 funds in the bank. And yeah. Things are going good. Boom. Unfortunately, I just lost a tank though. We don't like that. We don't like losing tanks. Losing tanks is not really something that we like. But it's something that happened. And now Winter Fox, look at this guy. Boom, brings a tank forward, brings another tank forward, sits a tank on a city. Eee. That's not an area I want to attack into. And it's going to be even worse too, because this is going to be a solid front line. Dark Raider is going to be able to bring these artillery over here and fortify this quite a bit. It's going to be something fierce, folks. It is going to be something fierce indeed. This is a devastating line. And it is right beside our HQ. My HQ. That's my HQ over there. Oh, God. So, yeah, that could be bad. That could be definitely pretty bad. So, let's see what Akias decides to do here. So, we clear a tank. I like it. Gotta clear tanks. Bring an Artie, sitting it firmly on the HQ. That is a lot of firepower, folks. That is 150% firepower. Artie facing directly on a Lash tank. That is a hefty amount of firepower. 10 out of 10 would not mess with that, folks. Maybe the number 3 priority in Advancers by Web is making sure that you get a Lash Artie on your HQ so that you can do some flippin' severe damage. So, it is now my turn. Alright, so I was fiddling around with some move planner. And I figured that terrain tactics was the way to go here, folks. Busting out the TT. Some people call this the forbidden ability. But I just think it's perfect for me. Boom! Going in, take out a tank, take out that tank. Doing some flipping damage to this artillery, folks. This is a massive hit. Massive hit indeed. And we got 2 tanks rolling up. We got a tank rolling up here, tank rolling down there. Bust out 2 more tanks, because it's the tank show, folks. You gotta bust out the tanks in the tank show. Boom! Winter Fox following suit, busting out a terrain tactics of their own. Let's see what he manages to do with this one. Boom! Massive hit right here. Boom! Does he get the clear? Does not get the clear. Unfortunate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If he did get the clear, he would have got a shot on my Artie, which would have been pretty bad. But he gets a shot on my tank, which is also kind of bad. Sacks a tank to get a... Oh, doesn't sack... or sacks it to do damage, but doesn't get the clear. But attacks this tank here doing some pretty considerably large amounts of damage, folks. It was some pretty big damage. Now he's starting a reclaim on one of his cities here. So the mech is at 8 HP, so it is going to take him a little while. It's going to take him 3 days, but he's going for it, folks. Dark Raider captures a city. He captured a city. He's sitting at 8k every single turn now, folks. He is absolutely unstoppable. 8k, like you can't contend with 8k. That's so much. It's so good. Low funds, man. Low funds. It's crazy how good 8k is. Like I said, 8k is basically the best that you can get until you get more. So like I said, you're going to get your tank, you're going to get your infantry every single turn. That's all you need. Tank, infantry, tank, infantry. It's the tank show. Boom! Akia's coming in with a massive hit on this tank. Absolutely legendary firepower. Moves up, takes a shot on Winter Fox's tank sitting on the road as well. 100% yeeting into the heart of danger to save his partner, who just yeeted incredibly hardly. This was a hearty yeet, folks, but I think it was worth it. Managed to clear quite a few units, but we'll see. Now I like it because he moves up, he attacks the tank, which allows me to get a clear on the tank. So let's see what I managed to do here. I pull out of there, move the 4 HP, move a fresh tank, clear an infantry, which allows me to get another clear right here, get a clear right there, get a clear right here. And now that is the vast majority of the vehicles out of here, folks. This is nothing but a flood of Yellow Comet and Orange Star units right here. Two of the classiest armies in Advances by Web. Boom! Now, Winter Fox goes in, strikes the Artie, sacks some units here, goes in for a join camp to try to get a flip of the property here. Boom, we are sitting at 4. There is potential. I would need at least 2 units in order to get that flip, but Winter Fox is bringing a few more units down, busts the tank forward, takes the engagement. And now it is Dark Raider's turn. Andy is front and center now, folks. Busting out the hyper repair, getting a 2 HP heal. Boom. Clone Andy in the house here, folks. And I think it was worth it, you know. We managed to get a nice little clear. And we are threatening a flip on one of the keys properties. Now, this would be a pretty massive flip if he did get it. Which he's going to get it. There's absolutely no way that it can be stopped. There's no way to clear the tank. And there's no way to clear this tank. There is one way. There's one way. What he would have to do is he would have to bust out the terrain tactics and then go in for the interrupt right here. That is literally the only way that he can go for the interrupt here. So, but will he do it? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if he goes for a terrain tactics. We'll see if he's feeling the TT today. So, goes for the engagements up north. Does not move Artie. Busting out a tank, and we are letting the city go. I think this is definitely the best move that you can do. I don't think it's a very good idea to go up and use your super or use your co-power to just get an interrupt. Like, it's not really worth it. You might as well just let the city go, deal with having 6k in the bank for a little while every single turn, or 7k, and just, you know, just make it work. That's it. You might be able to reflip the property, and we're pretty good up north, so just temporarily losing down south, not really anything too bad. But I did flip to Adder the other turn, and I bust out the side slip. Side slipping, folks. Now I'm side slipping because I see some play. Boom. That was actually kind of a lucky roll, I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty lucky. But boom, we get it, we go in. And now, we get a massive push on this HQ. Did not expect this little flip of the army over here. Now the army is right in the heart of the beast. It is right here. Boom. We could potentially start HQ cap next turn if we don't get sniped out. Now, it will take a little while because it's 5 HP, but it's good, you know? It's good. It's not too shabby. Now, I wish I had some actual fresh infantry over here. That would be nice, but they both just kind of got hit, so they're not feeling too hot. No, they're not feeling too hot at all. No, that's the only problem with having so much money. You know, you keep buying vehicles and you don't have any infantry. That's one of the problems. So you can win the war, but you can't cap anything. So that's one of the problems. All right, Dark Raider's got 3 tanks over by Winter's HQ, so he's got the defenses rolling, and the rest of his army is looking pretty strong. Like, it's going to be pretty difficult to push into this, but Kias is in a pretty good spot. He's going to have 18 units at the end of this turn, and fairly respectable value. You know, it's going to be going up to 50k. It's going to be enough to hold in the fight for a little while here. Winter Fox is down to 15k, and I got 65k. Dark Raider's got 59k. So yeah, Winter got hit pretty hard by all of these co-powers here. Was doing actually very, very good for a little while, but I think just the lack of income over here really hurt. And now Akia's main is busting out the mech spam down south. Absolutely love it. You got to be busting out the mech spam. It's like the number 4 priority in Advancers by Web is making sure that you mech spam your little heart out, because that is just a beautiful thing to do, folks. Beautiful little mech spams. All right, day 16, Winter Fox's turn. Doesn't really have too many options here. Yeah, busting out the missile, and Winter Fox has resigned. There is not really much more that Winter Fox is going to be able to do. He busts out the smiley face down south. Absolute legend right here. I mean, if you're going to resign, you might as well resign with a smile. That's the way to go. Alright, so Dark Raider alone against 2 combatants right now. But he does have access to a lot of properties, so boom, let's see if he manages to get them. Bust out the Block Rock, the Super Co-Power. Here we go, folks. Let's see what he manages to do. Clears an arty, clears a tank, and now he's going to have access to 2 bases over here, which is going to be pretty good for him, I'm not going to lie. A little bit behind, though, in funds, and against 2 COs. I mean, it's kind of just a ticking time, or it's kind of just, you know, time is not in your favor over here. There's kind of just too much going on. So it's very hard for 1 player to beat 2 players. So the way that this one goes is we just kind of finish it out. Bust out another train tactics, because train tactics is the way to go all the time. I love train tactics. Number 5 priority in Advancers by Web. It's busting out train tactics 100%. Prime tactics, pfft, who needs it? You don't even need prime tactics, folks. You just need terrain tactics. It's the best co-power in the entire game. Alright, Dark Raider going in for the capture on this property. But I do got a tank in range. Could potentially stop it if I choose. And Akias is going for the 2 flips over here in the corner. Very nice indeed. Boom, get a kill, kill. And now I have an infantry in range to actually cap this. But we are just going to go ahead because I bust out the classy medium tank, folks. Classiest medium tank in Advances by Web, busted out by yours truly, Mr. Cannon, aka semi-original guy. Classy boy indeed. Boom, boom, boom. And Aki's Maze, he's just going ahead. He's just going to town. And I bust out the classy boy, like I said, blah blah blah. He's there, and we just keep going. Bust out another classy boy. And Dark Raider busts out the missile and resigns because there's not really anything else that you can do. What a match indeed, folks. That was round 4 of the official Classy Boy Tag Team Tag Tournament. Round 5 still to go. The matches are being played as we speak. Now, this is actually the end of the tournament for me and Akia's Maze. So whatever points we actually manage to get are just all the points that we get here, folks. So we are going to find out who the overall winners of the official Classy Boy Tag Team Tag Tournament are when the match finishes. So stay tuned, folks. It's going to be a good one. Until next time, hopefully you guys enjoyed the content. If you did, consider leaving a like, comment, or subscribe. I will see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves, and bye-bye for now.